Good afternoon, y'all. It's Miss Harris. I'm here today to share some information with you about symmetry, okay? So when we're talking about symmetry in math, that's a geometry term, okay? We are talking about being able to divide something in half, okay? The line of symmetry. That's usually the way you will hear about it, being called a line of symmetry. So one of the really important things to remember is that when we are talking about a line of symmetry, that means a line that goes down the middle and both sides are exactly the same. So watch, if Miss Harris puts her hands together, this right here is the line of symmetry. You see how if I close my hands, it matches up, right? If I open my hands, both sides are exactly the same. So let's look at some shapes and kind of see what that means, all right? So I'm going to start first with a triangle. Take a good look. Here's my triangle. There's 3 sides. Now then, when I take this triangle and I fold it in half, see there, I get my points to match up. Does it all match up? Look, if I open it, and see my crease where I folded it, I'm going to trace that line. That's my line of symmetry. So if I fold my triangle on the line, right, both sides are exactly the same. Do you see how they match up? Okay. Now then, what if I took this and I folded it in half this way? Do I still have a line of symmetry? Does it match up? Let's trace the edges and see. Uh-oh. Does that match up? No, it doesn't. You see how I have all of this that hangs over the side? It doesn't match. So this right here is not symmetrical. Only when I fold it this way. So on the triangle, there's only one line of symmetry. Okay? So let's take a look at a square. Okay? You see my square? All 4 sides are the same. Okay, it's a polygon. It's closed. It has at least 3 sides, right? So now then, if I fold this one in half and make a triangle, do you see how it's the same? The sides match up, okay? So I have one line of symmetry right there. Now then, what if I took this corner and folded it to this corner? Do I get another line of symmetry? Okay, you see my corners are touching? Does it match up? Is it the same? Do I have anything hanging off? No. So, guess what? I have another line of symmetry. You see? If I fold it on this line, it's the same on both sides. Okay? But what if I turn it and I fold it on this line? Oh, look, I have another line of symmetry. Take a look at this square. Is there another way I can fold it in half so the sides are equal? Take a good look at it. I folded from corner to corner, all 4 corners. How about if I go from side to side? Can I do that? What if I take this side and I fold it over to this side? Is that symmetrical? Are both sides the same? I think they are. Look at that. So I have another line of symmetry. I have 3 lines of symmetry. So that went from this edge to this edge. I have another set of parallel lines here. So do you think I can go from this edge to this edge? Let's try it. I'm going to turn my paper. I'm going to take this side and I'm going to fold it over to this side. What do you think? Is that symmetrical? Do the edges match up? What if I open it? What? Is that symmetrical? It sure is. So I have another line of symmetry. You guys see that? So how many lines did we make? We made 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 lines of symmetry. Remember, it has to go from side to side, and both parts have to be equal. They have to be the same. We call that congruent. All right, we have congruent sides. So there's our triangle. So remember our square. So remember our triangle, it only had 1 line of symmetry, right? Our square has 4 sides. What if we took a rectangle? Oh, Miss Harris, it's kind of like a square, so I think it's the same. Let's look and see. What if I took this side and I fold it to this side? Is that going to be symmetrical? Okay, my 2 sides are touching. Oh, it is. It's congruent. It's the same. Okay, good. So there's 1 line of symmetry. Now then, we went from side to side. What if we go from top to bottom? Okay. All right, so I just took it, went from the top to the bottom. Are both parts equal? Yes, they are. So we have another line of symmetry. Awesome. So what else did we do on the square? We went side to side and we went top to bottom. What else did we do? You remember? We went from corner to corner. So remember how you guys said, oh, Miss Harris, it's the same. Let's see. So I'm going to take my top corner and I'm going to fold it down here to touch my bottom corner. Uh-oh. This doesn't feel right to me. Look, here's my edge. But what's this over here? Look at all that extra I have. And look, on this one, I have extra over here too. So does it match up? Are both sides the same? No, they're not. So this is not congruent. It is not symmetrical. Because see where the line goes right here? It stops here. If it went from corner to corner, then it would be symmetrical. But that didn't happen this time. Okay? So a rectangle only has 2 lines of symmetry. Okay? Now then, circle, y'all, is going to blow your mind. Because it's round. Here's what I want you to notice. Watch this. You know how we've been folding? Every time I fold, look, it's the same. Guess what? I can fold it again. What? Miss Harris, it's the same. I know. It's kind of cool. What if I go from this end to this one? Y'all, it's magic. Look at that. It's symmetrical. Look, I can just keep doing it. Bam, baby. It's symmetrical right there. I can just keep going and going all the way around my circle. Do you see that? Watch my marker. Line of symmetry. Both sides are the same. Line of symmetry. Both are the same. There's another one. It's the same. It's the same. Y'all, you can just keep going and going as long on a circle. Every time, if your line goes through the center, if it's a straight line and it goes through the middle of the circle, it will always be symmetrical. Indefinite. That's what we call it. That means you can't count all the lines of symmetry, but it always has to be the same on both sides. So take a good look at all of our shapes here, okay? Important part to remember, both sides have to be equal. When I was out on my nature walk the other day, do you remember when I took my nature walk? I saw this leaf and I saved it because I wanted to show you guys because I thought it was so cool. Y'all, this is math, but guess what? This leaf is proof math happens in the real world. I was out there on my walk just going, bam, right there. Math in my face, geometry, line of symmetry. Take a good look at that. Do you see the line of symmetry on that leaf? Take a close look at it. You see that vein going right down the center, right there? That's a line of symmetry. Look, this side of the leaf is the same as this side of the leaf. And that vein right down the middle proves it. Now we have all these other little lines. Those are the veins, but they're not symmetrical. Just the one going right down the middle. Isn't that cool? So what I want you to do this week is while you're out there playing, you're at your house, or maybe you're playing Minecraft or Roblox, I want you to see if you can find things that are symmetrical. That's another physical trait like we talked about in tutoring, okay?